Hi there, let's take a look at building the data table for our Chapter 6 mid-level. So on the screen I have my spreadsheet. I'm already done. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to pretend that I need to build the data table, the first data table, which is our one variable data table. So you can see I have the table already set up. It's ready to go. So I have total square feet in cell D5, E5. Look at the formula. It says equals B9. Over the top of that, I have the custom mask that displays base cost. But the cell actually holds this reference, equal B9. That has to be there for the data table to work. Okay, F5, cell F5 must contain this reference, equals B25. The custom mask you put on as well, but that doesn't affect the data table at all. It has to be the proper reference sitting there, equals B25. Okay, and then you also have to have the proper series filled in the D column. We start at 1800, we step up by 200 until we reach 3600 in the end. All right, now select that whole kit and caboodle from D5 all the way down to F15. Select that range. I'm just going to move this over a little bit so you can see it better. And we're going to go to the data tab, the what if analysis, and we're going to do a data table. So I'm going to select the data table command. What we want to know is, so we're helping these people build a house. I forget their names off the top of my head, but we're helping these two people build a house, and they have a budget, right? Like anybody, right? So they want to know how big of a house can they build based on their budget. And they have a budget for the base cost of the house, which is, you know, when you buy a house, you have like that bare minimum cost to get the house built. But then there's extra things that go on top, like carpet and cabinets and stuff. And so that might affect the total cost. So we want to know, based on the size, the square footage, how will these costs change? And what's so what we have is a column input cell, because the data we're reporting out is going to end up in columns, right? Base cost changes by a column, and so does total cost. And that column input cell is what we're changing. It's the total square footage. So it's based on B7. That's the variable. That's the one variable we're going to change. As square footage changes, then how does base cost and total cost change? All right, then click OK. And you know, you could do this manually. You could pull out your phone or your calculator and calculate manually. Well, and you could even just pop it in here. If my square footage is this, then down here, what's my total cost? Oh, I'd have to scroll down a little bit. What's my total cost? Or what's my base cost? You know, how does that change? You could manually do that. What we're learning is that Excel has this super cool tool for us called the data table, where it just automatically hits that for us. It gives those prices for us. And now just one more thing for a step later on. I already have mine highlighted. You'll do that later on, not in step 5, but later on in the assignment. And we know that the people building the house, they have $350 to spend. So what square footage is closest to their goal? And that's this row here, that a base cost of 22. So when they're talking to the construction guy, the contractor, the base cost can, the square footage can be 2,800 square feet, because that's closest to what they can afford. All right, I hope that's helpful. You do the same thing with the two variable data table. Follow the instructions. Instead of just one input, you now have two variables. So read the instructions, create that second data table. Let me know if you have any questions at all.